Hey, what's up guys, Cat Spaghetti here. Today I'm going to be doing a album review of Boundless Domain by Creeping Death. You cannot see the album title, but it's down at the bottom where it's all dark, so you can't really see it. But Boundless Domain by Creeping Death, and here's the back. So if you haven't listened to this album already, I would say go check it out. I got 3 or 4 things I want to say before I start the review. One, thanks for watching. 2, all of this is my personal opinion. This is from my perspective. Don't take any of this to heart. I'm not shooting shots at anybody. I'm not like trying to be mean with anything I say. I'm just speaking my opinion. And if you have any suggestions of reviews you want me to do in the future, feel free to comment down below. And also, if you want me to do non-metal reviews in the future, just say something in the comments, I guess. So let's get started. I'm gonna just go with like the basic overview of the album and my opinions on the whole thing as a whole, not specific songs. So Boundless Domain, it's, in my opinion, I would say it's a really good, like, this could be a good, like, opener to death metal, like, a good way to segue somebody from, like, listening to, beginner metal bands, somewhat ease them in a little bit, ease them into death metal. And I say that because this album has some songs that I would say, like, feel like they'd be death metal hits, especially one of them I'll talk about in a minute. But overall, it's a pretty good album. I'd say I'd give it an 8 out of 10-ish, 7 to 8 out of 10-ish. But I guess now I'm going to talk about specific tracks. I'm going to just go in order of the album, starting from first song to the last song. Excuse me. First track, the title track, Boundless Domain. Dude, the low guttural to the high that he does at the beginning of the song is really, it's impressive. And, high, fry kind of thing, I don't know. It has a good groove. This is another thing, both of these things I just said. A lot of their songs have good groove. You can bounce up and down. You can headbang to them pretty good. You can find that rhythm. That's one thing. That's why I'm like, this would be a good band for somebody that isn't into death metal to segue them into it a little bit. And also, great vocal layering. This album just, I feel like the layering of the vocals, because in my opinion, I don't think there's anything wrong with them layering vocals, doing multiple. I'm like, the Beatles did it. But still, even though these guys are nothing like the Beatles, same difference, whatever. But all over this album, there's great vocal layering, and I feel like this track really shows that. And yeah, I don't remember what part of the song, but I wrote here that it had an interesting part on the ride cymbal, which, if you don't know what the drums, if you don't understand that, I'm not really going to explain it, but it had a really interesting drum part with the ride, and I guess that caught my eye. Number 2, Intestinal Wrapped. This song is, you want to show somebody a death metal song and you're not showing them a big band, show them this song. Show them Intestinal Wrapped. Yes, Corpse Grinder is on the song, but that has nothing to do with it. It is just a solid song. Goes hard as shit. This song, the opening is so catchy. It's so catchy. For death metal, this is extremely catchy. It's different than, like, a lot of stuff I've heard. It starts with a bang, but in a good way. It's not, like, overdoing it with starting with blast beats or something. It's starting with that down, 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 da-do-do, da-do-do. That over and over for, like, not too long. Not like over and over in a bad way. Just that rhythm is repeated through the song. But that rhythm gets stuck in your head so easy. This song is one of my main standouts. And it was one of the first songs by Creeping Death I ever heard. Also, another thing about them, I'm going to go off track a little bit. They're a good live band, and the audience loves them. For the show I was at, I saw them when they were opening for In Flames. The crowd loved them. That was a huge mosh pit. That was really cool. But I don't like the mosh pit, so I kind of just stood to the side. But, yeah, that doesn't matter. Whatever. Vitrified Earth, all I wrote was that it's a solid song. I guess that one, I don't really remember that much about it. It's like, sometimes I'll just kind of forget. But still, it's not one of those songs that really stood out to me very much. Oh, how do you say that? Hold up. The Parthian's Shot, I think that's how you say it. Number 4, The Parthian's Shot, has good riffs. That's one thing I remember this one. I remember getting caught off guard because it has some really heavy-hitting chugs around the 3-minute mark. Oh, just stank face all the way, dude. Yeah, I started writing more about each song as I went on because, like, I feel like the second half of the album is a little bit more interesting to me myself, but I guess that's just me. Creators Turned Into Prey. That's track number 5. Has some really creative guitar work. That's one of the things I wrote. This is another thing. There's a few things that pop up on this album a lot. Great vocal performance. His vocal performance, I don't know his name. I don't mean anything mean by that, but I don't remember his name. But the lead singer, or the only singer, kind of, I think, I don't know. But he has a really good, like, he knows what he's doing. That's the best way I can explain it. And his vocal performance all over this album is great. And like I said, the vocal layering, that's another thing. Oh my God. Whoever engineered their album, or if they did it themselves, they know what they were doing. Jesus Christ. Okay, Cursed. Starts with a bang. Love the deep gutturals. Like, he can do some deep gutturals. That's one thing. I love that. Because I like bands like Peeling Flesh and Snuffed on Sight, where they do some low-ass shit. Or, well, they kind of do that sometimes. I think I'm mixing them up with somebody else. But just, I love it. I love, like, hearing those low gutturals every once in a while. Oh, my God, stank face, dude. But, apparently the solo in this song, the guitar solo, reminded me of In Flames. Yeah, I kind of did. It's like, that's not a bad thing. I like In Flames. I think that's obvious. I have a hat and I have a poster on my wall. But, still, like, the whole song has this, oh my God. Like, when I said it starts with a bang, it's chugs with pinch harmonics mixed in. It goes hard as shit. This song is good. And, like, this is probably another one of my standouts. This one, the intro goes really hard. And the main riff with those, like, chug, 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 duet, and the pinch harmonics, it's really good. Number 7, Rement of the Old Gods. I think that's how you say that. Rements of the Old Gods. I think that's how you say that. I'm going to just go with it. It has a really cool intro with, like, the kind of phaser kind of thing. I don't really know how to explain it. Kind of sound on the guitar. It's some pedal. I know they're using a pedal or something. It has a great build up to, like, the rhythm change where they kind of pick it up and start going and going. Like, when people would start doing the mosh pit, when they would start going. And it just, that's another thing on this album. There's a lot of stuff that's repetitive on this album because they're good at certain things and they continue them. That's one thing I like about these guys. They know what they're good at and they do it. But you can tell they experiment sometimes, and that's not a bad thing. Every band should do that every once in a while. But still, it has a really good build up to, like, picking it up and going. And just great rhythm changes all over this album. This album has great rhythm changes in songs. They can pick it up and slow it down when they need to. Trying to see. Apparently, oh, wait, yeah. Around the 2-minute 45 mark, it has some interesting drum work, and just the song kind of takes a different, like, turn. It goes a different direction, and in my opinion, it made the song better. I liked that part of the song a lot. That was number 7. We're on number 8, Looming. This one, the intro was, it kind of, like, just, it was meh. The intro was meh. This is one of the songs on the album that just kind of was, like, the intro kind of ruined it for me, in my opinion. But everything aside from that, like, it had some good guitar work, and it has some good chugs. Like, that's one thing. I love chugs. I want to hear that chuggy chug chug. Like, I want to hear that chug 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 kind of stuff. I love that. But it's just the beginning of the song with the intro just kind of was like, eh. It was eh. And I don't really have that much to say about this one. Specifically, I said it has good chugs around the 50-second mark. I think that's when the song actually really kind of kicked in for me, at least. When the weird intro ended. This one, the very last song, number 9, The Common Breed. This song, it has a really interesting intro. It's like, which song was it? I think it was, yeah, Rement of the Old Gods. Or Rements, I don't know. Number 7, the 7th song on the album. It's like that, but instead of having like that kind of phaser stuff on the guitar, it's on the drums. And the song starts with only drums, and it's like, whoa, this is different for a death metal song. I don't really hear that many death metal songs that start with drums. And it was like just by themselves for probably like 10, 20 seconds-ish. And then, whoop-de-doo, it went into the song. This is another one, it's like, it feels like it could be a death metal hit. If they really wanted it to be, it could be a death metal hit. And this one, it didn't stand out as much to me, but I could tell that it could be a hit. It could be one of their big songs. And, trying to think, yeah, that's all the songs. Like I said, Boundless Domain, I would say it's a great ease into death metal for somebody that's into not death metal. But yeah, main standouts for me: Intestinal Wrapped, Creators Turned into Prey, Cursed. Ooh, my book fell. Creators Turned into Prey, Cursed. Yeah, really those ones. Ooh, that was a voice crack, but whatever. But yeah, like I said, Intestinal Wrapped, Creators Turned into Prey, the Parthian Shot, I don't know how you read that, but, and Cursed. Those ones all are good. I'd say I'd give the album a solid 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, and, I guess that's the end of this review, so, bye.